Hello, my name is Presley Gibbons, and this is the study tool I chose to create for my Anatomy and Physiology class on chapters 1 through 3. I chose to make flashcards because I understand that writing information and reciting it is a method that I learned is helpful for myself when trying to study, and I believe it can help others as well. I made separate files for each chapter, Chapter 1, Chapter 2, and Chapter 3. And included flashcards on things like definitions of vocabulary that were taught in each specific chapter. Chapter 1 is an introduction to the human body. Chapter 2 is the chemical level of organization. And Chapter 3 is the cellular level of organization. And I will now go through each specific pile. The front of the card will always have the question, while the back side of the card that's lined will have the answer. To start off with Chapter 1, an introduction to the human body, we have what is human anatomy. And human anatomy is the scientific study of the body's structures. What is gross anatomy? Gross anatomy is the study of the larger structures of the body without magnification. Human physiology. Human physiology is the scientific study of the chemistry and physics of the body and how they function to support life. Homeostasis. Homeostasis is the state of steady internal conditions. The level of organization where atoms bonds form molecules with three-dimensional structures is the chemical level. The level of organization where a variety of molecules combine to form fluid and organelles of a body cell. That is the cellular level. The level of organization where a community of similar cells forms a body cell is the tissue level. The level of organization where two or more different tissues combine to make an organ. That is the organ level. The level of organization where two or more organs work together to perform functions of the body is the organ system level. And the level of organization where many organ systems work harmoniously to provide a living organism is the organism level. The four requirements of human life are oxygen, nutrients, a narrow range of temperature, and a narrow range of atmospheric pressure. Examples of negative feedback include temperature regulation and blood pressure regulation. Examples of positive feedback include childbirth, blood clotting, and lactation. What position requires the body to be standing upright, feet shoulder width and forward, and palms facing forward? That's anatomical position. The definition of anterior is the front or direction towards the front of the body. The definition of posterior is the back or direction towards the back of the body. The definition of superior is a position above or higher than another part of the body. The definition of inferior is a position below or lower than another part of the body. The definition of lateral is the side or towards the side of the body. The definition of medial is the middle or towards the middle of the body. The definition of proximal is part of the body that is nearer to the point of attachment than another. The definition of distal is part of the body that is farther from the point of attachment than another. The definition of superficial is closer to the surface of the body in relation to another part. The definition of deep is farther from the surface of the body in relation to another part of the body. And what body plane is divided vertically? That would be the sagittal plane. What body plane divides the body horizontally? Is the transverse plane. What body plane divides the body into an anterior and posterior point of view? Is the frontal plane. X-rays are high energy electromagnetic radiation used to view hard body structures like bones. Computed tomography, or CTs, are where the patient lies on the table that takes pictures of inside the body at a 360 rate and used for soft tissue such as the brain or the abdomen. Magnetic resonance imaging, or MRIs, use radio waves and magnets to create detailed images of the body's internal structures, can show organs, bones, muscles, and blood vessels. Position emission tomography, or PET scans, use substances that emit radiation, illustrates physiological activity used to diagnose conditions such as heart disease, cancer, thyroid disease, and much more. And lastly, ultrasonography is the transmission of high-frequency sound waves to generate signals converted to images and used in situations such as pregnancy.